how to stop being so broke, how to stop being poor, right? And so I want to give you some advice that I wish I would have known in my early 20s. Um, and this is just to help kickstart you on your investing and personal finance journey. Let's say that maybe you've taken a look at your finances and you realize that like this is not where I want to be, or you're just constantly paycheck to paycheck. There's always a bill that feels like there's never any money for you to do things that you see other people that are able to do, and you want to do those things. Uh, I've experienced the same thing. Um, and it took me years to really figure this stuff out and start doing it for myself. And so I just want to give you the first step, because instead of having all these steps, I have other videos about all these different things that you can do. But there's one important thing to do, especially in the beginning, and that is looking at the direction that you're going with your finances. And so here's what I mean by this. When my finances were a mess, I wasn't ever really thinking about the future. I was thinking about what I needed right now all the time. And so I was making decisions that affected my future in a negative way so that I could have money to spend now. And this is what it looked like for me. I was taking out payday loans, I was taking out personal loans. If a bank or any service sent me something in the mail saying that I was pre-qualified for a personal loan, you better believe I was calling them back. I was filling that thing out. I was getting that $1,000, that $800. I didn't care what the interest was. It's like, give me that money right now. And then after I would do that, then I would have a bill for the next 2 years of maybe it was something like $30 or like maybe $150 a month for the next 2 years, because I took out this loan and it's getting deducted from my bank account. I even went as far as like doing that and then closing bank accounts so that they couldn't get my money. And like, this is just ridiculous, right? But it's what I did. This was over a decade ago. This is what I mean. I was making decisions so that I could have money right now, regardless of what it did to my future. And so this is like kind of like the opposite of building um, wealth. This is how you destroy it. This is how you ensure that you can't build it no matter what. And so all of this stems from spending more money than what I made. The only reason I needed that $1,000 right now was because the money that I was making was less than the money that I was spending. And so ultimately, spend less than what you make. Easier said than done, I know. Uh, I like just listen to the story I just told you. Like I know that. I know it's easier said than done, but it's still doable. Is my point. Um, so spend less than what you make. If you have all these loans and loan payments like what I did, that means that you got to spend way less than what you make, because you got to make those payments. The bill has come due for the prior stuff that you've done. You got to pay that stuff and not get any more of those loans. You got to pay that stuff and not seek to get extra money to compensate because you're paying these things. Um, and that's going to take some time, and that's okay. The point here is you want to look at the direction that you're going. Like if you're paying those loans off, or if you're paying any debt like that off, like bad debt, that's what we call it. I mean, you can replace those loans with credit cards. It's the same thing. If you're paying that stuff off, then you're moving in the right direction. Because here's the goal here is you want to. I'm not even going to say you. This is just what I did, right? Um, here was my goal, and that was to get out of the debt, because the debt was compounding interest was working against me by having debt. It means that I owe money, and then every day that goes by, I owe more money because I owe money. We got to get rid of that. And so paying off that debt over time allowed me to eventually get into a position where compounding interest was working for me. And here's what I mean by this. Instead of, oh, I have debt and then it's gaining interest every day, so that means I have more debt. Well, now it's like, no, I don't have the debt and I have investments. And every day, those investments are gaining interest, meaning I have more investments. We want to get to this side of things. That was my goal. And to do that, first I had to get rid of the debt. So if you look at where you are right now and what you're doing, if it's going in that direction, then you are on track. And I say this because it was so easy for me when I was paying off this debt. It took a long time. It took some years of feeling like I don't have any money and and all I do is pay bills. Um, and having that feeling while not going to go get another loan, stopping the behavior that created that was the hard part. It's like, okay, I'm in this tough financial situation, and what I used to do in tough financial situations was go get more loans or rack up credit card debt. Well, now I'm in this tough situation, and I'm just not going to do the thing that provided me with some relief when I was in an experience like this before. That Making that decision, it's a big decision. I can see it now, years later on the other side of this with investments and not all these loans and all these debts and seeing my money make more money. Like, I'm like, whoa, like me deciding to do that years ago was huge, even though I didn't realize it. I just thought, well, this is just going to suck. And I was literally eating like sweet potatoes for dinner because it's what I could afford. I went to the grocery store. I remember I literally went to the grocery store one day with like a $5 bill in my pocket, bought two sweet potatoes, went home, put some olive oil and some salt in them, put them in the oven and baked them, and then just ate two sweet potatoes. And was like, oh, cool, you ate dinner for like $3. Doing this again tomorrow. And I did. And the next day, the day after that, I switched it up and made a bowl of rice with some butter, some salt, and some pepper. Like, I'm telling you, like it put me into some hardship to be like, I'm not gonna go get loans again, but I'm gonna pay these off. But now I don't ever have to eat dinner like that anymore because I did that. And so the whole thing here in the beginning is spend less than what you make, and make sure that you're going in the right direction. You're never going to be 100% on track. Like, you're never going to be like, oh, I'm doing everything perfectly. What matters is if you're going in the right direction, because there's only three things you could be doing when it comes to building your wealth or improving your personal finance situation. And you could either be on the right track, like going in the right direction, or you could be going in the wrong direction, or you could be switching back and forth, go in the right direction for a while, then go back in the wrong direction, and then go in the right direction for a while and go back in the wrong direction. And that looks like, oh, I pay off some debt, and as soon as I pay it off, then I start racking up some other debt. And then I'm like, oh, I have all this debt, and I pay it off, and then you go rack up some other debt. And that kind of leaves you in the exact same place. You're not making your situation worse, but you're also not making it better. Like, over time, you're just staying right there. And so what we want to do is make sure that we are not making our situation worse over time. We also want to make sure that we're not just staying the same. So spend less than what you make, pay off the things that you've accrued over time. That's going to take you some time. That's the only thing to focus on in the beginning. Hope this was helpful. If you want to see what you can do after you've paid this stuff off, check out one of these videos that I have posted up over here. We'll see you in the next one.